Well, Big Kitty, Kittens McBride, you knew it would come to this. You knew that one day we'd have to come back and revisit this. Ikari Warriors is one of the worst games I've ever played, and it is by far the hardest game I've ever beat. And it's really hard to describe, like, you gotta tell somebody, it's like, well, they're like, oh, well, you beat Ninja Gaiden, you beat Castlevania, you beat Ghosts and Goblins, you did all of the big NES games, you did Solomon's Key, you did the shit that no one's ever heard of, or barely. And it's like, you gotta sit there and say, well, Ikari Warriors is the hardest? It's like, yeah, play the shit without the damn ABBA code and see how it goes. And see if you can get through the first damn level. You can't. It's freaking ridiculous. And it took me like 10-something hours to learn the first level to get through it. And you gotta do that shit 4 times. The game doesn't work. And that's the best way to describe it. I forgot the damn guys who actually developed the game. This was not made by SNK for the NES. It was something like Micronix or some shit like that. The most famous game that they done, poorly by the way, is that the most famous game they done was Ghosts and Goblins on NES. And if you ever sit there and really look at it and play it, the game runs sub 25 frames a second. This fucking Ikari Warriors shit feels like sub 20. And the actual arcade of Ikari Warriors, you could twist the joystick. I've never seen it. I'm going off of what I've heard. But you can actually twist the joystick to change the direction of your character. So in theory, I guess you could walk backwards while you're facing forwards and shoot. Not in this damn game. You have to slowly turn the fuck around. When you press up or forward or whatever, he will slowly start turning to the left. And it takes, I would say, a good a second, 1.5 seconds. I ain't never time it to actually turn around. And so when your guy's this damn slow, he can't dodge shit. And so the only way that I found to be able to play this game was to draw a map for the entire game, draw out a damn layout for the entire game, place the enemies on. By the way, many enemies are random. Place where the enemies are certain to pop up with, and then I would literally learn in time and memorize where I needed to stand versus where the enemies pop on the screen. So as soon as they came on the screen, I killed them. That's actually the only way to play it, because you can't just go through and like, oh, I'm just going to be hashtag good. That isn't how this game works. You'll just get killed because your guy is absolutely ineffective for what he needs to do to handle the shit that's going on the screen. And even to be good himself, he'll need a tank, and he'll need like a bunch of hidden items. There's a bunch of items that'll make your gun shoot farther and stuff like that, or shoot bombs, or your grenade will have like a bomb effect. They're all hidden, and so you can either destroy a bunker like this, but the more likely scenario is you have to just literally memorize where these hidden items by just shooting the damn gun throughout the game and just playing and honestly reading the damn FAQ and then drawing it out on the map and knowing which pixel to shoot to get your goodies. That'll help you run faster or something to give you just an iota of a chance. And Lord be damned if you die and lose that shit, because you're wreck-a-doo screwed. And there's no continues or anything like that. You get like the 3 dudes. You can get some extra man. Extra man based on score, I believe it was score. But that's it. You better run through it. And there is no running in this game. Your guy is slow as hell. As I think, I don't know if it was Angry Joe. I think it was Angry Video Game Nerd. It's like, well, he's guy's walking just like he's trying to hold his pants up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's wearing like extra long MC Hammer pants, and he has to hold that shit up, and so he can't move very fast. But these Micronic motherfuckers that made this game are idiots. They didn't even test this shit. They just plug it in, get something working. It maybe kind of resembles the arcade if you like squinch your eyeballs or some shit and be high on methamphetamines. But eventually Capcom got rid of them, because Capcom was using them for like 1942 and stuff. And if you ever played 1942 on NES, it's like shit crap. Compare that to 1943 made by Capcom themselves, and it's like so much of a more amazing. And what would have happened to like Capcom had they just let Micronics do all of their console shit? Could you imagine how bad that would be? I mean, maybe Street Fighter V would turn out the same, but that's either here or there. I set myself out to beat this game because I read some damn article somewhere saying that this has got to be the hardest thing. And I'm like, there's no way. And I played it. Yeah. No, it's right. It's the hardest shit. And it's real sad that, you know, your most popular stuff like Battletoads or Ninja Gaiden 1, Castlevania 3, games that are actually have some sort of semblance of good, although for Battletoads, that's a very, very basic semblance. I mean, maybe not, well, no, Battletoads is not very good. It just looks good. But, no, the hardest game I played, and I've played a hell of a lot of hard NES games, it was this. And that's real sad, because where do you go from here? If you beat this game, what's going to be left? It has to be shit. It has to be games that are so broke that they're largely unbeatable. And it hurt my feelings. After I spent, I would say, about 25 to 30 hours, maybe 35, memorizing each world. I used a cheat code. That's like the longest, biggest, dumbest cheat code ever to just level skip and to learn each road and then try to build a sequence of what I need to do to beat the game. It took me, after I've memorized the game, alright, I've memorized the damn shit, I'm good at it. It took me 26 attempts to beat it because of random bullcrap. There's something happens early in level 2, so you're about 10 or 15 minutes into your run, and I never could figure out how to make the stupid little battle ship that comes on the bridge after you. It's like the boss tank. Make him spawn where I have a chance to kill him before he kills me because you didn't have a tank at the end. A lot of this game is like learning how to manage your tank, not get hit, not get blown up, and get to the next place where you get fuel. And then, but you know, eventually the game makes you get out and get in the water, and then there's little jerk holes in the water that they're invincible, and they pop out and shoot you, and they're off to come at an angle you can't shoot them. And one of the things I did to help me, and this is really goofy, but this is really sad, but this is how I did it, is that on my actual TV bezel, I marked out like a marker place, and then I would number it. Alright, so it was like 1 through 20 or whatever the hell it is. And then as I drew the map, I would say, well, enemy's going to spawn right here, and he's going to spawn on the 18th little notch. And so I would line my guy up with the notch on the bezel of the screen, and so I would shoot there. So as soon as he popped up, he died. And you would need techniques like that, just exploits, glitches, beyond what you think you would need. It's more than just playing the shit out of it. To get good, sometimes you gotta resort to like tactics of lesser measures, man. Things that will make you disappointed to be alive. But hey, man, we beat it. And let's talk about the damn theme, because the same music just goes over and over and over. And at first you're like, dude, this is annoying as fuck. But as you listen to it, as you listen to the theme, it has this sort of like sad determination to it. And it kind of takes on the personality of yourself. You're determined to win, but at what cost? Or what happens to your sanity? I don't think I'm autistic, but I mean, did I have to be autistic? Did I have to channel my inner Asperger's to win? I mean, I think I did. And it's kind of an example of shit that, you know, you should just let go. And I've got to deal with it the rest of my life. That I beat just nearly unplayable shit fest of a game. It would be great if I beat a game that was somehow harder. So this isn't my grandest achievement, but that's not true. I mean, I'm going to say it's my grandest achievement in all of Video Gum. I made my own levels for Doom or whatever. I made my own like entire episode, which I will review eventually. Oh, that'll be a biased as hell review, wouldn't it, Kitty? We'll get someone else to review it maybe. But this is my crowning achievement for NES. And isn't that sad? Isn't that sad and depressing that I just killed a bunch of dang pink and blue dum-dums shooting their ass before they hit the screen? I even figured out shit how to, like, as they spawn, the game was so broken, they couldn't enter the screen until, like, you scrolled up a little bit more. And I would literally spawn their ass at a certain part of the screen and then walk, like, straight left or straight right and then shoot them. Made them trick on the screen. You had to, man. You had to do what you had to do because your guy was useless. And is that any sort of semblance of how a game should be as far as difficulty, to make your guy feel like he's absolutely can't do anything? No. And so there's no way they designed the game to be this difficult. They had no idea what they were doing. And look at that dude right there. He's just shooting like an endless machine gun in like 40,000 angles. It's like if you weren't in the tank, if you didn't kill him immediately, you were dead. And there would be like shit like these guys with the 3 guys coming at you, and if you weren't in the tank, they were going to go underneath your grenades and stuff to kill you. The damn helicopter was useless too. But we sit back, we reflect a lot in our life, what we've done wrong, regrets, agitations, and honestly, I'm kind of proud of what I did, baby. We beat fucking Ikari Warriors, and that means something only to me. Only to me. I'm the only one who knows.